How many times has this happened to you? You're trying to have a nice, warm, relaxing bath with your toaster when suddenly you realize you could be using that toaster for other things.
Nintoaster, Vomitsaw video, and it came out in 2010.
What's the plan? I'm going to take the toaster and I'm going to take the components out of it so that I can't toast anything, and then I'm going to replace those parts with video games, and then that should work. Where am I going with this?
Alright, so the first step is obviously to take the toaster apart. What you really want to do is make sure you get all the screws out, just apparently very slowly, but then once you get them out, you can just kind of rip the whole fucking thing apart. Oh man, yeah, just rip it apart like an apple. Yeah. Now here's what I like to do, is every single toaster has this little white piece that keeps the wire in place, but I don't need that wire because I'm putting in my own wire. Go ahead and snap off those microchips. You can save them somewhere special forever if you want, but you know, whatever. I'm not gonna do that. Just tear it apart like a walnut. Ah, so clicky clacky. I love it. Just cut it apart. Just cut the wire. Just snip it right there. Then you can just pull it right through the plastic. Discard it. I have this plastic acrylic and I'm marking it with Sharpie so that we can cut it and make sure that it fits the toaster innards perfectly. That way, yep, loud.
Holy crap.
Alright, so anyway, you have the plastic and you place it in just like this. Now the plastic is going to act as sort of like a dust cover to keep the electronics from getting too dirty. This piece slides right in here as a sort of a base to hold it together. The way the wire works is you have to snip right around here and then you can slip in. I'm using an extension cord. I got it black so that it matches the rest of the toaster. But then you just kind of put it in place there. Place this little white piece back in. It's held in with 2 screws. They're smaller than any of the other screws in the toaster, so it's really easy to make sure that you have the right screws. Plus, they usually just stay in place. Every single toaster that I've done this to has had this. Once you screw it back into place, which is really simple, it only takes like 2 screws. And make sure to show all of that, Brian. You slip the extension cord in and figure out how you're going to get it to stay in place. Then, I cracked open this video game console. It's actually just a Raspberry Pi, but I'll get more into that later. So you take the wire, and I got this push button activated thing. So here's my plan, is I'm going to have the toaster plunger push the button, and that's going to turn the game console on and off. It's going to just press and hit that button right there. I feel like that's a good plan. I'm actually taking some of this metal part out because I really don't need it, and I really do need to make sure that the video game fits in there. This Nest Pi case cost me like a good fortune. These were incredibly rare and hard to come by to get them off Amazon for like a crazy amount of money. But unfortunately it doesn't fit, so I'm just gonna crack it apart and break it. You know how I do. Why save money when you can waste it retroactively? So once you get it in place, and I think it looks really nice, I actually didn't even have to glue it together. Anyway, I got these orange LEDs. We're just going to plug them in. And then we can just kind of slip the cover on and plug it in for real.
What he says is just gonna like burn, but that's crazy, right?
Alright. After that, I realized that the HDMI cord doesn't quite fit and makes the crumb tray kind of pop out of the bottom, so we're just gonna like peel that off and toss it away. This kind of exposes some of the wiring, which, whatever. See, here's the thing though. It's called acting. Anyway. We get this orange LED light. I'm just gonna wrap it around here And the reason you want to wrap it around, and the entire reason I have the orange LEDs, is so that when you have the toaster plugged in, it's going to it's going to turn these on, and it's going to make it look like the toaster is actually on, like it's cooking food. So that's pretty good. And we're just going to slip the case right back on. But I'm using a sort of HDMI and USB port extension thing with a flush mount base. So what I did was I drilled a hole into the case of the toaster just in a place where I thought it would be convenient to put everything back together. Yeah, just kind of struggling closing everything with all the wires in place, but that's fine. Once you have the hole there, you can just take the flush mount base and just kind of shove the wires in there, and with one strong push, yeah, it didn't make a perfect fit and it did crack it, but that's fine. We're just going to put all the screws back into place. Good old screws. Yeah, this is entertainment right here. There's a zip tie that's just kind of sticking out, but yeah, whatever.
Alright, so I cheated to use a Raspberry Pi, but I did that to do LEDs to make it light up so that it looks like it's actually cooking toast. It doesn't seem to work right here, but that's just because I have to like reconnect the USB. And I know it sounds like I'm cheating by using a Raspberry Pi, but there's a very good reason for that. I am cheating. However,
The neat thing about being a Raspberry Pi, though, is you can make it say anything you want on startup. Oh, hey, look at that.
Hey, Mario! Hello!
What do you think of toasters?
They sure are. Okay.
You gotta do the orange one.
Left orange. Okay. I know how to portal. That's not how portal.
You gotta do like the roof and the floor.
Yes, I
You gotta jump.
think I glitched it out.
No, I mean, you can't really glitch out European Mario 64. It's just, this game makes perfect sense all the time, always. And you can play it on a toaster.
Now.
Yeah, you can play it on a toaster now. Isn't that crazy?
With
European
the
Mario.
Tidepool Orchestra branded Nintoaster.
Yeah. We have shirts for sale, by the way. You should buy our shirts.
Buy their shirts.
Okay, thank you. Toaster.
I don't like this.
Again. How do you think you turn the toaster off?
Power mode 1. Stop. I put it to stop, right? It's at 0, right? That's how you turn it off?
Here, let me show you how to turn it off. You ready?
Well, that sure is safe. I really hope it doesn't catch on fire, because it probably won't.
Well, it works. So now I can finally do what I wanted to do in the beginning.